I wanted to actually make a video today talking about a problem that I've been having for like the last semester, which has been about 2 months or so. And it's not directly school related, I don't think, but maybe it has something to do with it, but I'm still having the same issue. I have this bad case of insomnia, and I don't understand why this has happened. When I first started, within the first week of my third semester, when I started having this problem. So I was thinking, okay, I was having it where I would just be up until ungodly hours of the night. You know, I gotta get up at around 6:30 in the morning, and then get ready to go to school and be at class by 8:15 in the morning. So it's really irritating when I can't go to sleep until almost 3:15, 3:45 in the morning, which is, that only leaves. So if I go to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the morning or 3:30, by the time I have to get up at 6:30, it's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep. I'm actually amazed that I actually did as well as I did in school with the loss of sleep that I've had. And I guess I'm getting used to the fact I'm not getting that much sleep. I'm lucky on a good night that I actually get 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep. So I don't really know what this problem is. Maybe I should go and see my general practitioner about this problem. But I thought maybe it was directly related with school anxiety, because this was my hardest semester so far, and I was really working really hard because this is important to me. It's my I want to get good grades, but I just want to do well, because this is a really good opportunity to go back to school and such. And I've already talked about school before in my previous videos, so I'm not going to get into that. I just wanted to talk about this insomnia issue. I'm sure I'm not the only one who gets school anxiety and I have problems sleeping, but when it's happening every night consecutively, that looks like it's actually a problem. And you know what the amazing thing is? My last day of school for my third semester was Thursday. And so I thought, okay, I'm tired tonight. I'm going to go to sleep at a regular hour, because now I don't have the anxiety of, oh, I got this paper I have to write. Oh, I have this project that I have to do for this class. Oh, I have an exam for this class, the next class. Sorry if I repeated class too many times. But I've got all this anxiety where before I was like, oh man, I got all these deadlines and I got to meet them. Because when I'm in school, I think it's an embarrassing thing to ever turn anything in late. I mean, turning things in late is better than not turning them in at all, but the way I look at it, I try to make it so that I don't turn anything ever late. If there's a deadline for it, I want to meet it, because that's important. Because not only does you're not going to get points taken off of your grade on that project or homework assignment, it also makes you look good as an individual to the professor. Anyway, that's the way I look at it. But anyway, I'm talking about school too much again. I apologize. But anyway, I'm talking about my insomnia. Well, anyway, last Thursday, it's gone. Today's, I went through the whole entire weekend, and I was having problems every single night for the last several nights. Or more. I just having an issue sleeping. Last night, I only got 2.5 hours of sleep. I mean, I got up at 7 o'clock today. Because actually today, I had an appointment today with a driving school. That's another thing. Please don't ridicule me what I'm about to say, but actually, I'm trying to get my driver's license for the first time, and I'm actually taking some professional lessons at a driving school because I want to pass my driving test. I already took my driving test for the first time 2 months ago, and unfortunately I didn't pass. I guess there are a lot of aspects that I had to work on according to the instructor. The instructor that I actually got was a complete... He was so strict. It was like there was no leg room. There was no such thing as like you can't... He's like, oh, you already did. You can't fix it. You know, and by the end, I already knew halfway through the lesson, halfway through the test, he was just going to fail me. And it was for silly things. Mainly because I was nervous as hell. I guess everybody's nervous whenever they take their driving test for the first time. But anyway, I need a drink. But anyway, so I've been that's what I had to do today, so I had to get up at 7. But it was very, very difficult getting up at 7. And I don't know what I can do about this. Maybe I should, like I said earlier, maybe I should go and see my general practitioner. Maybe that's the best thing to do. Maybe I will call them to either today or tomorrow. Because I know there's like medications that can be prescribed to you that can help in the aid of sleep. I just think that before I thought the problem was anxiety. And I'm very, very prone to anxiety. Very prone to it. I worry about things that are like so silly to other people. Sometimes I take things way too literally or way too far, and I worry about things way too much, and before I know, something that was very minuscule becomes like a big catastrophe, and I'm just freaked out about it. Do you know how, like, when you were in school, like even when you were in high school, or if you've already been to university before, / college, when you get a homework assignment, you know, you think, oh, okay, I'll just get my homework assignment done, and I'll turn it in next class. No sweat. Well, what happens to me is, let me use a better example. It's like, do you remember when you were going through final exams, for like at the very end of terms exams? That's when people are really, really freaked out. They're like, okay, I gotta study real hard, I gotta do this and that, and then final, you know, I just really gotta do well on the exam. Because it's, you know, it's like a big portion of the grade. So it determines if you get a good grade or even fail, depends on how well you've been doing for the semester. Well, anyway, the way I look at every single assignment I get, even a simple homework assignment, where, oh yeah, read chapter 24 in the anatomy and physiology book on the cranial nerves and in the spine and all that stuff. Spinal cord and cranial nerves. That was the name of the chapter. Read that, and then do the very end of the chapter, the test, and then hand that in next class. So, okay, alright, that's not too bad. 15, 20 pages, read the chapter, go over, make sure you know it, and then you just do the questions at the very end to make sure that you comprehended what you read. Well, the way I do it, and I know this is a bad thing, is that actually I get assigned something like that, and then I treat it like as though it's a final exam. Oh my god, I gotta do this. Oh my god, I gotta do this. Oh my god, I gotta do this. Or else this will happen. I'll fail. I start freaking out. And whenever I tell anybody about this, they look at me like I've got 3 heads. Like, shut up. Don't worry. You get it done every time. Why are you freaking out about it? It only takes an hour and a half to 2 hours of your time to do it. To read over the chapter, to understand it, and do the frickin' assignment. That's what people tell me. They're like, you always get it done, you've never been late, you've been perfect. And it is true. But the way I look at it, I freak out about it, because this school thing is such an important thing to me. I don't want to do anything that will jeopardize my success. And I guess one of my downfalls is that I actually worry about things too much. And to a point where I guess I lose sleep, and causing my insomnia issues. Most of my anxiety is school related. Some of it is other things as well, you know, regular life stuff. I don't like appointments, so I guess the reason why maybe I had a hard time sleeping last night is that I had my appointment today with the driving school, and I wanted it to do well, to make sure. You know, I just wanted to do well. Well, this is another example of how bad I get. An hour before I was getting ready to have to go into this and do my professional driving lesson, my hands are shaking. And it's like I can't do anything about it. Now I'm fine with my hands. I'm not shaking. But I was having this terrible tremor, and I'm breathing heavily. I feel like I'm gonna freaking. I was basically almost having a panic attack, and I've had those many times in the past, and they're not fun. This one wasn't as extreme as I've had them in the past, but I'm like, my hands are freaking shaking. Meanwhile, you know, if I tell anybody else this around me, like my friends and such, they look at me like I'm a freaking moron. Like, Sean, why are you freaking out about this? The same thing with my parents as well, and family. They look at me, they're like, earlier, my dad was looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Why are you freaking out about this so much? I was like, because of this and this and this. I know it's a problem, I just don't know what will be the best thing to do about fixing it. Anyway, you know what? I'm actually running out of time here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do this in a two-part video. I have more to talk about, but I'll have to do this in a two-part video. So,